All right, hello there. Let's just show you what's going on here. If there's ever a tone to set, that is not the one I was after. All right, Flick Climb, yay! The thing you're all here for. I don't know why my music's all out. Whenever I start streams lately, it's been saying, no, you don't need music, do you? Oski, hello there. We're doing all right. How about yourself? And say, we're a little bit late. I always like to start bang on the hour, so I'm a bit late because I had a shopping order arrive, so I had to just run back and forth a little bit. But yeah, we're doing good. Thankfully, on this account, we've only got to do one battle. So after that, we've got my main to do. The Grand Inquisitor requires a lot of cat attacks. I think that would be safe to say, but I can find you a more exact answer. Here we go. So if we go Swaka GG, if we go for Grand Inquisitor, gear list, there we go. It requires 300 shock prods, and he needs 200 battle computers. So 500 total as Osprey got to. Yeah, it's safe to say he's a power-intensive one. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not surprised at Raver. I did her a few months back now, so it feels like a long time ago, but that would not surprise me if I was told that. Yeah. Sorry, I want to sneeze. Your guild's getting very close to 200 million GP. Hey, I tell you what, you're doing great if you're thinking about Inquisitors. Like, you know, in the sense of like you're pushing forward, you've got good guild goals. Yeah, that's a brilliant thing to do. When I saw it the other day, right, I did say that if anyone who hasn't got Inquisitors in a guild, and obviously you got the money to do it, you're not free to play, all that kind of stuff, that should be blatantly obvious. It's a brilliant purchase. You know, I'm not saying everyone should break the bank for it, but you know, if you've got expendable income, it's certainly something worth considering if you haven't got them. So yeah, I'm glad they brought it out because it really should help guilds push forward, start getting Raver that maybe wouldn't have been getting Raver. You know, it's weird. I did that with Seven Sisters Zeta. I think it's the one you're talking about. I may be mistaken. I could click on it. Oh no, I've got one. I've got this one. Is it that one? Or is it that one? Can't remember the Zeta. I think it might have been that. I don't think it was the shock prod. Yeah, it was enemy intelligence. Because the lead's the other Zeta, isn't it? Tommy, hello there. And we've got Borky, hello there. Both for you. I'm doing alright. How are you both doing? Omega's on the assist, Zeta's on the heal. That would make sense. Because that one's just very vanilla, isn't it? You wouldn't put Zeta on a 25% reduction for damage. So yeah, honestly, that one is worth it. I mean, you get an extra heals, you get an evasion, which is pretty nice with Seven Sister. Yeah, it's not bad. I did actually get the lead one on my main account. It was not something I would advise, but at the time I was kind of swimming in Zeta, so it's like, go on, let's put Zeta on there, just try it. And it was okay. It actually did help in one of the tiers, but I wouldn't advise it. Fifth Brother's probably the best all round. And I think there was an argument for Second Sister in one of the tiers. GAC, I'll tell you what, one of my accounts, I think it might be my free-to-play, we've got a very interesting offensive round in terms of, I don't think our opponent's setting much of anything. So we've got to be as efficient as we can because they have set a triple meta fleet defense. So as long as we're efficient in ships, then hopefully we can just play smart on fleet. But fleet's fleet. How about yourself? Are you still playing Borky, just to be sure? I can't remember. I'm beginning to lose track of who's still is playing and who's maybe dipped out a bit. Hey, Tommy, you doing alright? You're watching season 3 Yellowstone. You're off work for a month with a sick note. Can I just... sorry, it was Yellowstone. Am I getting that confused? I am, aren't I? I was going to say Yellowstone is Netflix, Yellow Jackets is Paramount Plus. I was trying to remember in my head which one was Ala Punal. And I'm pretty sure that's Yellow Jackets. I keep saying to myself I should watch that just to see what she was like in it. You've not sure what yours guys said yet. I mean, honestly, I don't know for certain. I never looked properly until we, you know, do the stream. But when you've got like the previous histories and all that, it does look like he could be going a bit light. On the flip side, I think my main account's got a potential Ahsoka. I think. Let's have a look. You know, I'm sure I saw your name somewhere. I'm sure I've remembered seeing your name, but I don't know if it's just from watching your streams, or if like maybe you were in a guild that I knew and it's like a name I sort of connected the dots with. All right, 30 mil. Wow. It's the thing. Some people really just go very, very heavy defense nowadays. I can't say I'd like a guaranteed Ahsoka. That would be a headache every round for me. Oh, I've got to admit, I wish I had the pair of them. I mean, I've got an R7 Fulcrum, but I'd like the Omicron. Yeah, got a few there already, Bulky. I'd like a little, you know, dip of. I was looking this way the other day, and this is quite a good way of seeing where people are with the raid and everything. Oh yeah, you're doing nice and solid in the raid, aren't you? I mean, you think you're doing R7 minimum, that's brilliant. Yeah, I think that's definitely it, isn't it? There's a lot of people in GAC, they just can't be bothered, so they just set whatever. Not everyone, there are a lot of people who do try, but there are some who... I think the reason why they drift is because it's just like, sod it, I'll just put this down. What accounts as Ahsoka? Sea Bane, I think. One that I'm hoping I can use if I ever encounter it on my free-to-play right now, and hopefully on my main soon. Hey, I tell you what, 6-7 mil on full auto, that's not bad. I still have to do a fair bit manual, and I get, I think, 7? That's my main, that. I didn't know Slacker and Ray were doing Ahsoka that easily. I did watch a bit of Arnold's testing the other day, and it seemed like most of the GLs were struggling, except for, I think he said, JML, JMK, and Ray. And by the looks of it, it was all down to the fact that because they can ignore taunt, any sort of team comp that's got a taunt in it struggles. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I had the impression when you said that it was, you know, you just get in, get out, get it done. I'll tell you, Proving Grounds and Conquest, it's a double-edged sword. You've got the people like Osprey who absolutely love Conquest, and then you've got the people like me who endure it. So, I think I'd enjoy that build-up. Let's say that, because then if you end up on the side I'm on, you can say, well, at least there was a point when I was looking forward to it. Neil Death for the GL Ahsoka, only the 3 marquees, all 5-star. I think he'll get Herodon first. I'm really gutted I'm not able to go straight for Hera. I've been working on Darkside Ray, she's now R7. And I can't remember, I'm also working on D. I knew there was a big thing. I was doing Cantina NGO on that. So yeah, between Ray, see, it's like, yeah, I can't just pause either of them and just farm her up. At least she's a pretty quick farm. And for me, Conquest is just a bit of a chore with 2 accounts. I think if I had the 1, I wouldn't mind it as much, but with the 2, it feels like a drag. Hey up, drafts. Yeah, I think as well, with it being a 3-month cycle, it can get a bit boring by the end of the 3rd. It was more rough last time because I did get Ray on both. So in that sense, you know, I did put the effort in, whereas sometimes I've just not really given it my 100% on my free-to-play. And then it's like, oh, why aren't you doing well? It's because you haven't got these shiny new units. I need to work that out, that when I've got like Razor Cortex as an app in the background, and whenever I shut down the game, it gives me like an FPS report, but it always pings through the speakers instead of through the, like, earphones where you guys hear things. It's not like a big thing, but I'm just thinking, why is that not routing through where it should route through? I didn't see the question, drafts. Each Proving Grounds tends to have a different team that is able to beat it. Not necessarily always a different team, but some do have very specific teams that work. So the one that comes to mind, I think, was the TIE Interceptor one. You needed, I think, really, that was Freya to beat it. By the way, Fish, I never said hello. That was very rare for me. Hello, Fish. Juggling a few chat things, and I just completely got lost. That doesn't ring a bell. I haven't been to the only cafe I've been in the last 3 weeks is up the road from me, so unless you've been in Abulton, I very much doubt it was me, but I'll keep Bod in mind. That sounds like a nice little cane, if you like. If not, it just sounds nice. Where's... I was actually wondering where my game had gone, but I can't play my game. And say, as he was always doing, Fish was being a little fish and lurking. It's usually, you have to have, I think, Relic 3 for entry. So, Relic 3 for entry in Proving Grounds. Some you can do at Relic 3, some you might need a little bit more. It's definitely hard to miss. I think what happened is, like, right, I was thinking about a response to a question. I saw your fishies come in. And I was like, all right, say hi to Fish in a second. And it kind of just got done. Very rare your wave of fishes can get overridden. Here we go. Let's do these. It's every month. So I think there is a Reddit post on what beats each Proving Grounds node. Oh, has he done the Proving Grounds one as well? Hey! Good on, BD. I hadn't actually seen that, even though I go on the site quite a lot. I had not seen that in the tabs. That's brilliant. So it was probably the Malgus one I was thinking of, wasn't it? In terms of what was really difficult. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know who set this up, but they're a beautiful person. I like the fact that they've even filled these in preparation. Also, I didn't know what was coming next. I had actually forgotten. I'd forgotten what the next Conquest units were because they come in that many waves, if you like. It's like, hang on, where are we now? So it's actually nice that I've got a visualization here. Like, oh, it's Amidala that's going to be in Proving Grounds next. So I've got to wait another, what is it, 6 months now until I can get Luthen. Ooh, I'm a bit behind here. 30 minutes. I see Pokemon and I'm like... A lot of people from Marvel Snap went to play Pokemon Pocket when it was released globally. And I was just so not up for that. By all accounts, the game's not bad, but I was just like, nope. I just couldn't get my head around it. Here we go. Can't say I understand what you're asking there, Drafts. I'll be... maybe someone else got a better grip of it, but me, personally, I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, that's not nice. Alright, 12 bombs there should be good. I mean, arguably, there's no bad starting point. You know, just go for what you haven't got. Because you're able to go for all of them at the start. You know, if they're in Proving Grounds, you're able to access the nodes to try to beat the battle, as it were. Yeah, I mean, as long as you can beat the battle, there's no limitation on what you can attempt. You're only able to do the battle once, i.e. if you win, you can't go back in and get another 20 shards, but you have to wait another month for that. But in terms of, like, say you've got... How many characters were there on that list? Right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 characters in Proving Grounds. You can do 13 battles in theory. If you can't actually do them because the teams you've got aren't capable of winning it, then it's less than 13, but you can attempt 13 times. Yeah, you can refresh, that's a fair point. I wouldn't advise it though. I mean, unless you're like, I don't know, 30 shards off or 40 shards off, it's like, you don't really want to do that. Yeah, I think there is an argument that if it was something really important, there'd be an argument to save some crystals for a refresh, but again, that's only if you're close. Like, as far as I'm aware, Drafts would have had 0 shards of Bane. So you don't be saving 2,200 crystals a month to speed up Bane. Even though Bane's a fantastic character, it's like, it's just such a massive expense. And I've said it before, they really need to give you ways to get those characters a bit better. I mean, 20 shards a month. For new players, that is such a struggle. Hey. I mean, it's like, for instance, the other day I was going on about Dabba Bubba, you know, and I'm like, I hear what people say, he's not a great character on his own. I'm not challenging that. But considering this is like the only chance before they go into Proving Grounds to get the shards outside of Conquest, and then when they're in Conquest, you're only able to get them pretty much here. And is there a limitation here? Yeah, like, I don't think they've got anything brand new here. It's like, you kind of need to take them where you can, you know. I don't remember if they've got options up here as well. I think they do sometimes, but I'm not sure. I mean, 35 is better than 0. Ooh, I've just remembered there was something I was working on. I say that. Not on this account. Oh! It's irritating. I'm not flipping back to Crimson just to do it, but I've got Taran at gear 11 and I want to take him to 12 just for that little jump up, you know. You're working on Kylo at the moment? You're on stage 1 of 4? It'll take time with Kylo. I mean, the thing with Kylo's Rex as well, at least in the current game, they're not the best. Like, they're horrendous, but they're not as good as some other characters that you might get in requirements. So it's like, you only really get the bang for your buck when you've got Kylo. So it's like a very rough farm in some ways, but the reward is really worth it. R7 Inquisitors without Raver, they'd probably be able to do a few things. Not a lot, but you know. I do a bit with them on my free-to-play here, so yeah. Yeah, Afro lead included, although I'd say it's big brain plays, but it's more like small brain praise. I can't remember, does Rise of the Empire have a guild limit? Like a GP limit? I wouldn't be able to actually check without Rogue being open, but is it like you have to have 200 mil to enter? Is it 2 mil? Yeah. I think 140 might have been Lightside Geo. I think that might be where you got the number from, Osprey. Either that or it was 120. I know there was a limit on that. I've got it in my head. Darkside Geo is 80 mil. Is that not the droid you're looking for, Fish? I mean, it's a little bit weird with the game right now. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this in like higher up guilds, but right now in mine, I feel like there's this touch of complacency. And we had it last year in like the other guild I was in. It's like we went from like how do I put it? We had 2 guilds and we tried merging the most competitive players in both into one of them. And since that happened, it's largely been good, but I feel like the last month or two we've had this real dip. And I don't know if first I put it down to Christmas because it's like, oh yeah, you know, people just step off the accelerator a bit around that time of year. But yeah, the last month it feels like the accelerator's gone off again. You just notice like drop stars in TB and that, and you think, concerning. T3M4 is one I actually like as far as Lightspeed bundles go, but IG86, yeah, that'd be a bit of a bum note. I always remember seeing Task get the I think it was a Relic 7 one for a Datacron, and I was like, is it actually good in that Afra team you've put it in? And he was kind of like, eh. And I thought, okay, we're big braining stuff with IG86 apparently. It's where I do chuckle at the likes of TAS, but obviously anyone who's got a very big account, it's like, you can kind of just afford to take a character up to Relics and say, alright, let's see if this Datacron's got anything to it. You know, it must be quite good. I was amused, I just happened to look at his account the other day and I was like, he's only got like 3 things, not at like Relic 7. And I was like, come on TAS, surely you can just put a bit of gear in them 3 things, then it's like you've not got to do anything that you haven't already got. But I'm assuming he's like efficient in some manner that it means he doesn't do it. There's a reason why he's at the level of the game he's at and I'm where I'm at. I mean, I'll be honest, I have not seen or heard much from JM in the wild drafts. I can only say to you what I've said to you in the past. Reach out to the guild leader and just say to him, if you're concerned, because it's hard for me to comment when I'm not there, either on your behalf or in general. I wouldn't worry too much about the Naboo raid. Even though it might be going away soon, it's probably going to be soon enough. Like, we all thought it'd be gone like in the next month or so, but the fact that they've given us these little tweaks to it, that makes it slightly easier. It's probably not going to be imminently to get rid of it, but I think you can expect it to be gone in, say, the next 6 months, and at that point it's like, yeah, you don't really want to be investing in it. Yeah, it will go away sometime soon. Again, I've been very tentative about that. Yeah, honestly, the advice I'd give to anyone at this point would be keep an ear out for what is coming. So, not necessarily what is confirmed, but like what is on the horizon. So we know like the Jedi Vanguards are coming, Bad Batch are already here. Keep an ear out for all these kind of things, because if they're not necessarily for the raid, they might be hinting at what the raid will be, and then you can kind of gauge what to build up. Like last year, we had the Gungans, we got Queen Amidala, so we knew something along those 2 factions was going to be coming into the game. Let me full auto this. Yeah, and that is the thing about that Jedi Vanguard introduction with Jocasta Nu. It does seem like they're trying to give, it seemed like anyway, that they're going to try and give some of the bad characters from the raid a use moving forward. Whether they will is another thing, because I'm a big believer in the fact that if the Theory Crafters in this game can do a Frankenstein team, they will. So if they can find a way of putting Jocasta Nu and whatever this new legendary is going to be into a lead with Jedi Master Kenobi, they will do it. they will find a way to Frankenstein it. But in principle, I would like to think that they want whatever the new legendary is, Jocasta Nu, and then whatever other 3 it would be in the team. Hopefully 3 pre-existing characters. Hopefully. I mean, one of the theories I heard was that it was going to be Quinlan Vos who's going to be this new lead, and that would be a reason they could do Mercenary Asajj as a character, because that way, if they're doing a legendary event, they could actually have beats from the book with Quinlan Vos and Asajj, which I thought was pretty cool. It's where, in general drafts, I feel like participation is a very difficult thing right now in terms of... I imagine that there are, not just in my guilds, but at least where the people I talk to, the people I engage with, there's a lot of fatigue with the game. Not necessarily down to I feel like there have been a lot of positive things since the episode passed. You know, like since that initial plunk where we all felt like it was a bit of a bad launch, it has gone up a little bit. So I feel like everyone's kind of okay with it all now. So I think as far as morale with the game itself, it's not bad. But in general, I do think there's a lot of fatigue with the game. And I'm only speaking for myself, but I think there are a lot of players who are so close to quitting the game just down to this fatigue that I know myself, I wouldn't want to push anyone to play more, because you push someone to play more, you lose them. You know, and especially when you've got good players who... Well, I say good players, but good people. You don't want to push them over the edge. You want to keep them around and hope that they just keep finding a way to have fun with the game. But that's at my level. I respect that. Say someone who's in a top guild or a bigger guild, they're going to be like, you know what? You're not performing. Don't care if you don't like the game or you're not getting enjoyment. We've got to keep performance up. But where I am, it's like, nah, we want to try and keep the good people around. We've lost a few good people in the last year. That's the sad thing. Hey up, Death's Arm. We're doing alright. How you doing, man? Alright, that was a bit of a balls up. Not yet. We're just doing Fleet Climb. I'm a little bit behind, so I think I've got one more fleet battle after this, and I don't know if I do a refresh again. Why did this pop up? I've got no idea. Alright, I've got my chat up here for the stream. And it just flagged me that Osprey called someone a weakling. And I'm like, I don't know how to mod that. The Switch app could just do with a little bit of refining. Crazy how many people left the game just the past year. Yeah, I mean... that's really the bit that's bothered me. It's like, I do get it. I wouldn't say I've been close to quitting, but I've really had a low ebb of enjoyment at times in the past 12 to 18 months. And I think, if anything, it's... The thing that does keep me going is the streams. I feel like just chatting to you guys a lot keeps me going, but also you still get the good gameplay moments. Like, I think if I didn't enjoy the game at all, I would have found some way of carrying on streaming something else, you know what I mean? Because I've played other games, I would have found a way. But there's nothing in the game that keeps me engaged with it. It's just, you always want them to just hear us a bit more. Like, find ways to keep their metrics up for, like, player engagement, but actually require us to engage a little less. It's like Sims, that was a big quality of life improvement. Just being able to hit Sim instead of doing Smuggler's Run 2. You know, the small things in general, but the big things, if you like, especially for me with 2 accounts, I'm biased there, but that's where my passion comes from, the idea of suddenly saying, right, you're actually putting my time down in game drastically. You know, and this is the weird thing, that if you cut my time down drastically, I'm not going to mind if you ask me to put X amount of time in, because it's like, okay, if you're saying this is what you want, as long as you don't say, right, and also on top, I'm alright. I'm hoping I can see it, but I'm not expecting it. That's the way I'm going to phrase it. I think it's going to be a good film. It's not my Marvel film of the year, but I think it'd be a good film. But we'll see. For me, the one I'm looking forward to most is Fantastic Four. Just looking at that trailer, I think they've nailed a lot of what you want from that group already. Not to mention seeing Galactus in the trailer. I'm like, oh boy, big man's here. So, I'm really curious what they do with that film. Well, that's it. If you play to just have a bit of fun, that's the main thing, isn't it, Fish? I haven't heard about anyone getting fired from Marvel. Well, at least since, what's his name? Jonathan Majors? And so he got fired a year ago, was it now? And I don't know if you're talking about Anthony Mackie. He's not got fired. Yeah, I don't think Anthony Mackie was fired at all. The only person I've heard who got fired from Marvel is... that wasn't controversial. I saw the quotes. That was just people making headlines up. Say that, Chris Evans said the exact same things that he said. And I think there was even a paraphrase from Captain America in the comics. Put it like this, it was not controversial. It was people who wanted to make controversy out of something. It's where, I'll be honest, I really do try and look for these things with stories, seeing if people are just trying to incite a bit of division or hatred. Ooh, one Omicron. The second special, I think it's called We Adapt or Die. The one that applies torture. That is actually a decent one to have for TW for the simple fact. Obviously, Raver Lead doesn't have Omicrons there, so it just allows you to be able to insta-kill a Jedi enemy, I think it is. Pretty good. There we go. All backing me up here. See, I was a dope on my main account here. I got all three because for the longest time I didn't have Raver. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll get return on investment in the fact that any TW wins I get with this team, it'll return the Omicron back to me essentially. But the thing is, when you've got two Omicrons, it feels worse because, you know, you're only then getting permanently one Omicron value back. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I can't say I've heard about that, Drafts. Yeah, like I say, it's definitely a good Omicron. Well, if anything, it's the only one you really want. I think we've got something here, actually. This isn't mine, just to be clear. This is from Zareth. But I was looking at it the other day just because I was like, oh, you know what stuff's he been putting out? And here we go. Yeah, like Omicron tier list. And I'm pretty sure he did put that favourably. I think, yeah, there we go. We Adapt or Die. Is that what it's called? Adapt or Die? No, that's Iden. Ready to Die, that was it. Thank you, Phil. So yeah, that's that one, and that's like, right now, top tier, do it. And then, as you can see, the other ones are down here, because it's like, if you haven't got Raver, yeah, okay, they make the team better. But once Raver's in, it's like, there was enough for them to fire him, though. The same with Gina Carano. Alright, I'll correct myself there. She was never found guilty of something in criminal court or anything. She was never charged with anything, but the point being, you know, there was still enough justification to fire her. It's just some stories that people can't walk back from. Alright, Nuka Blast. Yeah, I've just popped it up here just because I was like, where's all this coming from? Hang on. There are rumours, but then there is things saying not being considered. Granted, Daily Mail, Daily Fail, more like. Comic movies, conflicting reports. Honestly, to me, it just sounds like the rumour mill. Just like one of them things where they're like, you know what, we're just going to put some stuff out there and see if people believe it. Oh, I didn't see you flex, Osprey. What were you trying to flex, sorry? I'm going to show it after this battle. I think the argument would be, even if she won the case, though, it doesn't necessarily mean that she can walk back. You know, it's not like she's suddenly going to appear in a Star Wars property as Cara Dune again. Even if it was wrongful dismissal, the price has been paid, essentially. In both ways. You know, Disney have paid her out, and she can't work on the property again. Right. I didn't do anything wrong here, did I? Scimitar came out, it died. We brought in Mark 6, we've got the insta-kill. Yeah, we ult. Cool. Okay, so this is Osprey's Ahsoka Tano, or just checking, did the relic level appear there? Relic 2, okay. Speed of health, okay. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, right? I haven't got a clue about Ahsoka's mods. I didn't know if you needed like health primary or anything, but yeah, GG's. I think what you could say is that you're at that point now where it kind of makes sense you could unlock her. You know, if like, say you're like me, in the sense that I would love to have been farming Hera right now. You seem to be just a bit ahead of where I'd be, as far as you'd already got, say, Padawan Sabine and Huyang done. So it's like, yeah, you just need to wait for Hera, didn't you? Nice to see, though. Like, you're like one of the first wave of, like, free-to-play. Well, I'd say free-to-play in the sense of, you know, waiting for the farming node to be available. Alright, here we go. So, no worries, Fishy, I'll catch you around, man. So, we're up against the Terminator. Let's see, round 1 we won against Black. Last round we lost to Show Me the Dark Side. Now, to their credit, they full cleared me and they didn't drop a single battle. So that was a little bit disheartening, I'll be honest, because I really messed up on Jabba. If I just move my cam. There we go. Took us 3 to take down Jabba. So we're not going to make that mistake again. Plus, I did decide to try Executrix against Executor, and it didn't work. So we then had to go to what really moving forward needs to be plan A in the scenario. So yeah, I've had better GAs. And honestly, when we go to Crimson later, you're going to see the worst one. Which brings me to a point. I kind of want to make this a pinned comment, so if I can, I'm going to. Can I? I don't think it's going to let me. Alright, I can't do a pinned comment because, yeah, I'm just not good at these things. question for you folks, right? I want suggestions. When I've tilted in a round, I want suggestions for a forfeit that I have to do. As far as on Friday night, I absolutely tilted on the Crimson GAC to the point where I didn't even want to clear a wall. You know, I think it was Ray Rock who was in the chat and pleading with me to just use Wampa to at least take down the Qui-Gon that I didn't clean up. I think it was Qui-Gon, it might have been Caloran back. Point being, even in that moment I knew I was being an absolute twat, for lack of a better word, in that I could not just clear my head for a few minutes and carry on. So yeah, I want thoughts on a little bit of a forfeit for myself, that if I do that again, I have to do something on stream to make amends. I'll leave that to you guys in the chat for your thoughts. But in the meantime, this round, we're up against John Connor, aka Terminator, or Terminator Genesis. Let's see. What have we got to look at? They've got more GP. They win more on offense. They clear more. More undersized. I feel like I need to look at my arena rank on my free-to-play, but 27's kind of okay there. I did say Terminator Genesis. Zeta's 308 to 298. Okay, we're in front. Omicrons were ahead by 1, at least in GA. 25s were quite a way ahead, and ahead on the 20s, but then we fall behind on the 15s. That's bog standard. They've got more R9s, more R8s, more R7s. We're ahead on the R5s. Okay. Datacron rerolls are higher than mine. They've got Galat. Got Balin. Bo. Like me, at lock-in at least, they'd only got a double Omicron Ray. Okay. Few interesting things there. Give them the due. They're about 1 million ahead of me. But you can see where that million's gone. They've put some real quality on things. So this is what we're expecting, although whether it's the same is another thing, we'll see in a moment. So actually, I've said this before, let's actually go and have a look, and then we can adjust as appropriate. And I've just got to say this because it's this John Connor vibe. Matt Smith really struggles in movies. Like, you think to yourself, he didn't do great in Terminator Genesis. You know, I kind of thought when he was, you know, put out there and he was going to have a role in the film, I was like, oh, okay, you know, he's getting his big movie break after Doctor Who. And yeah, it was kind of a role. And then the only other big role I can think he's had in a movie, like if we're talking about a superhero movie or something like that, is Morbius. And while I haven't seen that film, to say that movie hasn't been panned would be really... Yeah, it's morbing time. It'd be really underselling it to say it's been panned. So I'm like, come on, can someone make one of the better Doctor Who's of this generation actually do a good role in a film? The one thing I've seen him do well in is... Oh, I can't remember the full name of the film. Dowo. Last Tango in Soho? Last Night in Soho? Yeah, that's it. That was the film. Edgar Wright. And for what it's worth, it was a good film. That Anna Taylor-Joy, Terence Stamp, Diana Rigg. It was a decent cast. But yeah, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, come on, give Matt Smith a decent role, Hollywood. Can I tell Grand Inquisitor to stop being mean? I mean, I can tell him. I'm not sure he'd listen to me. I think there's more chance he'd put me in one of those coffins like Luminara. Okay, good start. Let's move my cam again. We've got a hold on Leia. That was a surprise, but we'll take it. Nothing on the south. Nothing on the back. And we got one holding fleet, which of all things was Akbar. I mean, you guys know me, I love my home one and my rebels, so that one is like, ooh. Okay. Just a little shout out, by the way. I'm looping around and stalling more than I normally try to, but have I got Mol in here? I'm assuming if I've got you, you're recent. Not by the looks of it. Can I grab you on here then? Here we go, Mol Matter. So, I've said it already, I love my rebels. But what I will say is thank you to Mol, because I was going to be doing this, where I took Hoth Rebel Soldier, and I can't actually click on the thing, to R7. So I will thank you, Mol, for doing that for me, because I really didn't want to do that one. But what I will say on the flip side, if I just go back to my own roster a second, you look at my rebels in general. The only two I haven't actually got higher than Gear 12 are Soldier and Bodhi. So it's like, yeah, I feel like that would have been probably the one reason to do Soldier, just to actually cook him up a bit. Same with Bodhi, it's like, man, Bodhi's never been looked at on this account. I was going to say, did I give him the Zeta or not? I seem to remember, right, there was a Conquest feat for offense up, and there was a cheese where if you got the Zeta, it would help. Alright, I'm completely digressing now. Give Bodhi a ship. Find some random ship out of that Rogue One ship battle and give Bodhi something to do. Give him the ship that they landed on Scarif in. Give the pilot a ship. Alright, enough waffle. Let's see what's going on here. We've got Rey, okay. We got Qui-Gon. Okay. Got Jabba. Starkiller. Okay, not much change. Just one change. Caloran was down, but it's Qui-Gon instead. And yeah, I'd argue they've done the right thing there, putting the correct leader in. Perhaps there's no Omicron there. Sorry, Datacron there. Down south, we've got JMK. Right. We got the Gungans. We've got Queen Amidala. And we've got Leia. So before it was Lord Vader. Alright, so an ad breaks are going to run on Twitch in 3 minutes, so I'm going to cut that 3 minutes out and run it now, just while I'm putting down some teams that we're going to do. So those of you who've got subs on Twitch, you're going to be able to carry on watching. If you don't want to miss it, go onto YouTube, where hopefully there won't be any interruptions for 90 seconds. Alright, ad break should be running. So by and large, what I've put down here, I actually like the Lukov. I think all of these things are reasonably safe. I wasn't the most comfortable doing a mirror, but I could check speeds and see if it works. Slacker DSVR and Leia seems safe. Raver seems a touch overkill there, but why not? I think we could do Jabba on JMK. That could be fairly comfortable. Got this nagging thought in my head though. Do we save Bane for the Batwall? Because if Glat's there, I might need it. But the trouble is I don't really know what's beating Glat right now. So, Leia I just haven't got available. JML and JMK seem to be useless. You're not wrong, Kit. Hello there, by the way. That's definitely where my head's going, but I've just got it in my head I could do with really being cautious about any potential glat. I mean, can I remove layer? Because there's a hell of a lot of layer being suggested here. And I haven't got C. I haven't got a built C, so let's remove that as well. Okay, just add another one to the remove list. We haven't got Lord Vader. Kenobi's on defense. We haven't got Balin. Leia or Seabane, those are the only two options versus Glat, G-Dog. That's very concerning then, because I think I may have to cross my fingers and toes that it isn't there. Slacker and Ray. Which then makes me think, do I shift something like... Do we do this here? And then do something smaller here, like... Phoenix. That way, if we need Slacker and Ray, we've got it. My guts tell me that's the way to go. Yeah. And listen to me, gut. I don't like undercooking a front wall because just supposing they've gone light, which I wouldn't say Great Mothers is light at the back, but let's just argue that they're there with Glat. I'd rather have more than I need than not enough. But I feel like we've still got a fair chunk. I mean, when you think I'm starting off with Jabba here. Okay. Oh, just realised I haven't been drinking my drink. Right, why's my game audio quiet? Okay, nice to see you back, Chris. I'm not gonna lie, I read that and I was thinking you were talking about one of these Ahsokas. I thought I got 10 stacks, what's this? I'm very easily swayed. Alright, come on, contract. Thank you. I would. Can we get rid of Kenobi? Thank you. Alright, we're still a bit off contract, so I'm actually just going to aim at Ahsoka. The Bushy Baby's going to go next. Gando's got a turn. Pass that to Jab Jab. And bye-bye, kitty cat. I mean, who needs a taunt anyway? Alright, I'm focusing on Ahsoka, really. Let's focus on Padme a little bit, because she's just going to keep saying, alright, attacking out of turn, I don't like that. Ugh, okay. Lovely. Alright, I don't like the healing immunity there, but we're going to do that right now, just to stall a little bit. Want to try and give Skando a little bit of time to get that protection back up. Probably won't be enough time. $74, it's not bad, that. Alright, Gungans. Can I get light side up? I did have it in my head. I wanted to have a riposte Kron on. I don't think we got one here, though. Bulk. Yeah. Stand by what I just said. I did have an impression of wanting to use riposte, but I think we did it last round. It did work nice, but yeah, I don't think we can really afford it. Yeah, to be fair, it was last time you saw it. We actually did this last time and won. And that's why I got the riposte Kron in my head. The one I used was this. So it was more about just being, once we got the shield down, being able to just delete them. But yeah, go on. Right, let's focus on the we can attack at a turn with frustration, can't we? Can't assist or counter attack. Great. I'll still aim there. Why not? I feel like you could class the opening of this battle as being very awkward. Right, get rid of that. Okay, we've got a lot of messy stuff here. I'm giving that to Kanan for the simple fact I need him to take a turn. That was 3 different problems to my thoughts. We've got a death mark. We've got... I think it was... These Gungans are trying to give me a heart attack. Right. There and there. I'm taking some solace from the fact the shield's down. That's it. Try and daze them. Right, Jar Jar down. I mean, twice then it looks scary, but we managed to get through, so that is something. Hey up, Aranya, how you doing? 65. Oh, are we playing or not? Alright, we got a bit of bulk. Let's do that. Death Cool, thank you for the follow. Hello there. Let's just keep whacking away. General Kenobi to you, how you doing? Doink. Oh, hang on, I forgot that your pal was here. Hang on, let's just take him out. Alright. Alright, I was doing him a disservice. There we go, R2 down. We're on track now. Can we heal you up a bit? Cool. Yeah, Jim was such a good tank, I actually forgot about her. For what it's worth, Ossie, I think we've all felt the emotions you're going through right now. I begrudge anyone who didn't want to throw the phone after the GI event. Oh, hang on. What am I doing here? I saw one do that for giggles. There we go. Put the proper one in. Okay, time to suck. I mean this genuinely. I actually didn't realize Yoda was dead already. I know we do that as a funny thing sometimes, like, what Yoda, but genuinely, I almost didn't realize there was a Yoda. He went that quick. Alright, Shack attack down. And the Queen's laying in rest. You have a question? Sure. Yeah, that's a very valid point. It could have been called Hoda for all it was worth. Alright, Batwall's easier than we feared. I will take that any day of the week. Planning for the worst and we didn't need to, so... I feel like we can move things around a bit. You know, I did with GLs. I don't need to do with GLs. My thoughts are, I can afford to do... I can find him. I can afford to do Slacker and DSVR there now. I'm not 100% sure if it's worth it banner-wise, but I could do it. So... I'm after an efficient Starkiller counter now. Let me just make sure it's got the Starkiller Cron included. You're level 67. You do not know who you should work on. If you want the code, you send it. I'm going to say I don't do roster reviews in general. I did one the other day on YouTube, and that's for a guildmate. best thing I can say, right? I can have a quick look in between rounds, okay? Yeah, Osprey's bang on. Phoenix with cracks is definitely a good starting team. If you're not sure where to go, focus on those. If you talk about like the OG Phoenix crew, that'd be Harrison Dula, Chopper, Kanan and Sabine. Those four, they're very quick farms. And then Captain Rex is the slowest because he's a newer character. Although, is he accelerated now? I think he might be accelerated. So even now, he's actually easier to farm. So yeah, all 5 of those should be pretty quick to farm. And then, like, Captain Rex is probably the trickiest in terms of character, but as a new player, you might not actually feel that the little issue as much. So yeah, definitely worth going for. It's no worries difficult. If you have, honestly, if you have a look at my YouTube channel, you can see the roster review I did for him, and it was an hour and 15 minutes long. Now, granted, his account was about the same size as my own, so there was a lot to go through. But it's why I'm very reluctant on stream, at least, to commit to doing something, because an hour and 15 is a long time. Not just for me, but for everyone. And I do want to cut that down. I saw like Bit Dynasty's been doing like 30-odd minute ones, and I'm like, I need to watch one of them just to see how he cuts it down. He did Via Troopers and it was pretty dominant, but I don't know how you'd fare with your op. I'm not sure myself. I think that'd be a safe way of saying that. I mean, if anything, my imps are not as well tuned here, but they could possibly do it. I haven't got Gideon like this here. Is there any way of like filtering for banners? Like, go for, like, say a minimum of 100 battles. And then filter by banners. So oddly enough, at that point, the mirror is the most efficient. Or are you moving on to GG? Yeah, I think I might stick with the mirror if I've got the mods right. So Queen Amidala there and JML there. Let's check the mod scores. I want to make sure I get this right before moving on. Why am I looking at Starkiller? 360. $341, so I go second. Yeah, I can't go with that. I mean, I could put a 25% turn meter cron on, but is it 25 or 15%? Whatever it is, I could do that, but I'm not convinced. Ooh, not you. Is it weird that I'd be willing to do that? So that I can put the Datacron on? We've already used Jabba, Chris. I will remember, though. I have a penciled in Slacker for something. I've penciled him in against Jabba. Although, I suppose we could wiggle it around. We could do Slacker on this and then Queen Amidala on Jabba and then... I don't know what on Qui-Gon, but there'll be something. I mean, I was just going to say, I've got balls, but I don't know about luck. I don't even know what speed my get would be for this. 352 Piat. I'm only a little bit behind the Mara. Well, granted, that's before the plus 70. Alright. We're dilly-dallying. Actually, I had to remember then, do I need Crew or do I not need him? And I thought, well, I think we can afford to just use Stormtrooper with Slacker. Well, they've had their turns, how about we have some? That seems fair. Let's aim at... Actually, no, let's aim at Ezra. And now we'll go for Ben. Oop. There we go. Ray goes again. Oop. No, that concerned me. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's just aim straight down the middle. Ooh. I was gonna say, please work out game. Alt. Okay. Not a lot going on our side right now. A lot going on. "42 stacks. I kind of know why I was going for Ben first, because we need to do that to then go here. Delete. Okay. Okay, evasion city. You know, we're kind of used to this territory. Can we heal him up a bit? No, because he's exiled. Right. The only reason I haven't liked the Fulcrum Cron when I've just been thinking about how this goes, I haven't liked the idea of the constant interruptions. Personally, I prefer Malicos dealing the damage than Fulcrum. But, that again, that's personal taste. But like this, when it swaps around, I'm not going to be complaining. Yeah, the taunt is weird. I feel like you get extra stacks, so it feels like you're able to do the damage quicker. Alright, that's not nice. I would. Oh, I well, that went about as bad as you could have thought. I'm wondering if we go for the OG. No Datacron, just go for it. She had 2 Omicrons and 2 Zetas. The only one she was missing was the special. But she was Rally 3. Okay, we get a bonus turn. Based on what we can target. Another AoE. Right, a cleanup would be unideal, but at least that puts us in a position where it's a better one. Yeah, on a banner scale, this is horrendous, but at least we're not dropping again. Okay, jab jab. Queen Amidala. Let's see, light side. Kinda like that. I think we go for that. I'm just thinking about Qui-Gon's dice roll. There should be a bit of extra damage on that. Kinda need him to go for Qui-Gon a little bit. The one I'm looking at is Boba. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Right, do that. Perfect. Stanton comes back, we can do that. I feel like stuff like that is why I've taken Jabber off defense. I mean, don't get me wrong, Queen Amidala isn't on offense a lot for people, but it's just that thought of, I feel like Jabber's just become very counterable. And if I'm having my choices, I'd want JMK down, because I feel like even though he's got a lot of things that can counter him as well, I feel like there are things that he will still trip up some things that maybe get, how do I phrase it? Like JML. I feel like JML versus JMK is something that I would use. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that because JML can really fluff his lines there. So I feel like JMK's always got that viability of catching someone out, whereas I'm not sure Jabber does it that often. That's from me, who lost twice last round. You know, it's like, again, I don't know. Maybe it's just my own personal opinion bleeding in a bit. Alright, I want to deal with Qui-Gon last because I want to sort of see what we got left. So, in the meantime, Gungans. Who to go for? Let's go there. Just saves them putting out any more tech and having to think about what it does. Alright, so just gotta wait for Django to take a turn. He looks fairly doomed at this point. Oh, hang on, still got DI, fair enough. Thought he did already taken a turn. I think I will put the Retribution up just on the off chance he's got his burn move. Alright, 65, and we're just going into an ad break, so I'm just going to hold fire for a minute. Am I wrong in thinking that they drop 1? Yeah, they drop 1 on characters. And 1 on fleet. So I am allowed 1. I mean, I'm allowed 2 technically, but I don't really want to drop more than the 1 because that puts me at a severe disadvantage. So, I feel like we're course corrected. We had the mistake, and we've made sure we're not doing it again. I'm saying that, and I can't help but want to do that myself. I mean, I really need to turn that off at the bottom of the screen. But I really like the idea of doing an R7 Spirit. Kit used to always talk about that, you know, Spirit being... I think he said it was one of the highest DPSs in the game. You know, outside of legendaries, all that lot. But yeah, it'd be nice to put some effort into Spirit rather than just settle for the R3 I've got. Oh, try again. Alright, we're back, folks. Let's use that one. Alright, I think it'd be fair to say they're a bit all over the place at the start here. Let's just smack Morgan. Alright, I'm just going to keep smacking Morgan because I'm not receiving any inclination not to. I'm waiting for the mothers to pop out of hiding. And then we're just going to drop a shed load of fear on them. Here we go. Two for the price of one. Let's get Spirit out. And now it's just Nom Nom Zombie. Clean banners, cool. And then just Finn Zori. Okay, let's hit Finn. Try and get a bit of shock over there on Holdo. Hit the OG Finn. And OG Poe. Ugh, okay, do that. You get. I'm trying to get around you. Go on, have that, the lot of you. Alright, nice and smooth. Very straightforward back wall. And then just to take out this Qui-Gon. I mean, we've got JML. Why not use a GL? What did I say I was going to do JML on? I was going to do JML on Finn. The weird thing with this, it's like, what is the most banner efficient way of doing this? Come on, Swagger GG, I'm imploring you for help. Alright, JML. And then, sorting by banners, minimum 100 battles. Hang on, I'm doing the wrong lead, die! Try that again. Who's in this team? Mason Caloran, okay. Man, oh man. Okay, so those three are safe. Right, let's do that. For the record, I knew I could underman. It was basically a case of what was the best choice for undermanning. No, I'm trying to make sure I get the best banners, you know, considering I'm mucked up a little bit. Yeah, stun where we can. I'm probably all out going for Anakin like that, but... There we go. I was kind of just waiting for him to burn the AoE. Even if he's not, like, super ultra charged with the Omicron, I didn't really want to be dealing with it. Again, thinking of the banners. Right, we're going to pass that to Hoda. We'll just do that. And it's just keep passing to Oda time. Alright, nice one. Let's just keep Caloran quiet. And we'll put some of that on JML as well. It does also help that Cam's in his Makari. Force of habit. Did it matter? Wasn't like the misplay at the Sentry. There we go. Actually, it went lighter than... Oh, no. I'm mixing me opponents up. Okay, that's alright. That's alright. Yeah, let's just get on with it. $66 average to win. Alright, fingers crossed we can recover a bit of that average on the other two battles, because it'd be safe to say this one could get messy, even if I try to play clean. The way of the executive fleet, it likes to just nick and nick and nick. Yeah, I wasn't actually trying to stealth there, but I wanted the retribution. I figure if they're going to actually hit Fury Class, then they might as well go for the counterattacks. Alright, we're going to do that to get some banners back. Alright, ult. We should be okay now. We can still bring Sass in. Banner-wise, I think we'd be ideal putting on Fury Class. Okay. Don't think there's any other way I could have healed that up. Alright, 70. So we've done about 66 average. We're still looking good. Yeah, that's possible, you know, in terms of efficiency. don't like doing this because I have lost this before, I'm sure. That's the exact reason why I'm not doing a 3-man. I'd rather lose 2 banners taking ships in that I might not need versus not taking enough and losing. For sure, they're not the toughest fleets. But equally, I'd rather have done a Profundity Mirror or a Negotiator versus this right now. You know, this is going to nick banners, whereas Negotiator could have got a clean, what, 75, 76?
Ashes to ashes, where do we go? Yeah, where do we go?
Yeah, it's not a lack of faith, it's more just the fact I know I have lost this before. Just down to stuff like that. Right, pass that to Pawn. Wiggle. I know I played my way out of that a bit, but you see where I'm coming from? Just in case it goes wrong, having that reinforcement, because just I'm looking at the fact that we're okay, but supposing they got Pawn out, having the reinforcements would have probably meant we got through it without needing to hit it again. All it takes is just one crazy amount of damage from that mass assist. And that's 75. Again, if we need the 66 average for a fleet, 75 is more than enough. You get what I'm saying? If we don't need to risk it, why risk it? Okay, let's do that. Alright, followed your lead there, Osprey. Final score 18-21. And say that was pretty comfortable in the end. The Starkiller one annoys me a bit, only because on paper, I think everyone was like, okay, yeah, Supreme Leader Kylo and Rey, that should be enough to take this out. And I knew it was fast, but I think maybe I underestimated how fast it was. So definitely got to keep that in mind moving forward. Don't just throw something out and assume it'll win. Actually check the stats, which granted we haven't got for Rey this week, but could have checked Slacker and see how that was getting on. But as far as the rest, I feel like we did okay. Queen Amidala is definitely becoming my first choice Jabba counter right now, which is a shame because I love Aphra. But yeah, I feel like Aphra, when you've got Crons in the mix, can be a bit mixed. Same with Night Sisters, so yeah, Queen Amidala has definitely moved up. But yeah, we did well. We did well. I go back to it. I kind of wish the fleet had been a bit more challenging. That's a weird thing to want, but I think there's something about like a Negotiator, for instance, where you're like, okay, Profundity, that's straightforward, whereas when you've got something like Malevolence, it's as if you're having to micromanage the battle to make sure you're not losing banners on certain things, like the Buzz Droids. So that's the only thing that irritated me there with the fleet. Alright, one down anyway. Let's get in for round 2. Our next opponent is called Skywalker. Did anyone suggest these, any ideas for my tilting, by the way? If you didn't hear me mention it when we started Tammins GAC, I was saying that I want suggestions for forfeit or a penance that I have to do for if I tilt in rounds. After Friday, I felt really rough about the idea that I completely just had a hissy fit and stormed off my stream. So, some form of penance to sort of encourage me not to do that, I'm looking for. I haven't given it yet, no. Don't know if he's still here, to be fair. Here we go. Alright, Fleet Arena's doing me good. I'll tell you what I need, which is not popping up at the moment. I'm assuming it's somewhere around the corner, but it's not here right now. I need these things. So I'm waiting for them packs to come out where you can spend 500 crystals on them. I don't do the bronziums, but they're kind of in the same bracket. Ray has really drained me of light. Still none of these. I'm getting shafted in these stores, I tell you. I mean, I will always put GAC ahead of TB. How I view it, if I'm earning crystals daily, then I can work on TB stuff. Whereas if I can't earn crystals daily via GAC, then I haven't got a way of putting into TB. Where I feel bad that I haven't got certain conquest tunes on here. Right, so round 1 we won against Grommet. Last round, the aforementioned Hissy Fit. Yeah. I think the less said there, the better. So, round 3, Skywalker. Not a lot of difference in the GP between us, 11.1 to 11.2. I've got a lot more going for us in terms of the actual GAC stats. I mean, you think we've got 4,000 more offensive wins in GAC. It's, what, about 1,200 give or take on undersizes? So yeah, the stats are definitely in our favour. I think it just might indicate we play more. Let's see. Zeta's 281 to 205. They've got the edge on me with the Omicrons and GAC. I'm ahead of them on mods. I mean, literally every school bought offense 6 pluses. We're doing good. Yeah, it could be a Lightspeed bundle account. Got 2 more R9s than me. Quite a few more R8s. Got the edge on the R7s, but they have on the R5s and 6s. Okay. Datacron's a lot more. No Kenobi or Lord Vader. They've got Jabba and Leia. No Balin. They've got Ezra. No Rey or Jar Jar. I haven't. At least on my free-to-play. I'm just saying. Don't presume everyone has. So, like I say, this is what we're expecting, but like last time, there's not much point looking too in-depth at that. Might as well just go and have a look. 1692 indicates they've dropped a few. So, Rey's got a hold. We like to see that. French got a hold. Again, that's nice to see. Dangar doing some work, hopefully. Malgus got 2 holds. Very nice. And well, if I just move this back down here, Executor and Negotiator both got a hold each. So, yeah, every wolf put in a defense hold. So, really nice to see. So, we've got Queen Amidala. Let's just check these off as we're going along. That was not on this wall before. Okay. Phasma, Night Sisters, and Ewoks. Alright. Let's have a look at the south. We've got Seer. We've got Raybar. We've got Malgus, and we've got Ray. Alright, that's pretty much bang for the buck for what we saw. So, if it goes as we've seen, or as we're predicting here, then it's very likely there isn't a GL on offense. Oh, sorry, on defense. He saved them all for offense, which is kind of balmy that he still struggled as much as he did. I mean, I wouldn't say my defense is that GL heavy. I think I've got Kenobi down and Ray, but that's about it. So yeah, a little bit baffling that. So I could do with finding a solution to that, because Bane is my ideal counter. I do, but she's weaker than my main, so... Well, I say weaker, it's 1 Omicron Zeta less, so... not ideal. I think what we've got to do is just move these goofy things around. I mean, can Lord Vader do either of these? Or maybe Lord Vader does that? %, wow. Bad trier? No, this one's got the R7 trier and R7 triumvirate. So I could do that. Put that there, and that there. Yeah, we're all armied up here. Granted, I've got my army on my main now. The only one I'm missing on my main now is Savage. Well, at that point when I was doing it last night, I didn't need Trier on anything big, so I thought, screw it, I'll go like for an old school counter. But yeah, it kind of needed to move up the list a bit. I mean, that does give me cause for concern, I won't lie. I feel like my mods have really suffered a bit here lately. Might need to work on them in terms of building the strength up again. I mean, that remod I had to do for Darkside Vision Ray, that really hit me. I mean, I don't know why I filtered Darkside. Look, I've got 3 light side. What have we got available? Do we want extra turn meter to start? I don't think that really matters. I don't really think that matters. Maybe start with the buffs. That's a very offensive Kron, though. Surely we want something a bit more defensive. Say that, I don't think I've got a more defensive Kron. So I might as well just go for that. My Kron choices here are terrible. I would love a lot more to choose from. Forgive me while I hold my breath throughout all this. I know she's isolated, but I feel like you just gotta get rid of Raver, and then worst comes to worst, she's gone. Yeah, I've got a lot of wiggle room, that's to be fair. I mean, genuinely, I'm wondering what that guy did to make such a mess. I mean, again, I didn't set what I would call a strong defense, so it's like, how did he really mess up that bad? Alright, 73. Right, we got C. We haven't got what, so we'll do the armorer. Don't really want to use Set because Set will be handy with Bane, so. But I want Royal Guard with Love Vader. Need Ninth Sister here because I haven't got Raver. Sure, we're not Gar. Some fact could legit just be a body. Maybe put the Geos in. Like, not the full Geos, but put Brood Alpha in. Yeah. You're doing alright, Mol. Did mention it earlier, a thank you for being the one in our little guild to do Hoth Rebel Soldier. As much as it was an amusing thought to take all but Bodhi Rook up to Ralix, or at least Gear 12, it's a nice one not to do, so thank you. I didn't feel like an urgent need to special there. With all the shock, it feels like a waste. You know, I'm keeping my eye out for it. More for Young Horn than anything there. I mean, I won't be able to do that Coralia mission. Yeah, I mean, Young Horn's not something that is nice to chase. I put it on my favourites a little bit ago and I took it off because it was like... It's hard to justify farming him. But I would love to take a pause and do it. But equally, if that bundle came out, it was one of the cheaper ones, wasn't it? I don't think it was one of these crazy 15, 20 quid ones. To be fair, if it's a meme one, it really shouldn't be that expensive. Right, that's a waste there. $24. I haven't watched Gloomit, but what I will say, I can believe it. I mean, I haven't seen footage, but I can genuinely believe Prepared is more underrated than people think. I mean, I really want my Prepared crew to be able to do the Young Lando mission on Felucia. But they just can't survive Iden. Now, if someone said there was like a crazy modding strategy for doing it, have I goofed here? I've goofed, haven't I? Alright, well, we learned something new, I guess. Yep, I really feel I should have seen that one coming. I think what happened is, my instinct is Bane beats all, and I forget he's not super immune to everything, you know. Have a look. It wasn't Fulcrum in there, was it? Oh no, it was. Okay. Alright, so we can't do Malgus, that's on defense. Same with Kenobi. We've used C. Used Traya. Slacker, you would like to think, has got viability. And in all honesty, it feels a bit like that might be the only viability. Like, I'm not seeing anything else here that I've got available that's like, oh yeah, try... I just wish I'd thought about that. It's like, Why did I think that would work? Yeah, it's gonna be Slacker. So Slacker was going to do Queen Amidala, which is actually very painful because to swap them around, that'd be perfect. So Slacker's going to go for Seer. And offhand, I don't know what we're going to do with Queen Amidala. That does not feel good. Maybe we could do JML. In the meantime, let's get this one out. Say that with confidence, but not actually being sure of it. Yeah, so for clarity, it's Rowlet 3 Ray, 1 Omicron on Don't Be Afraid of Who You Are, and no Zetas on the other 2, obviously. I'll say no Zetas, obviously, because the reason why they aren't Omicron is I didn't have the Zetas. So, yeah. Whoops. I know it's only Rowlet 3 on Ray, but that really feels like a peanut hit. Ow. Ow. You know, Slacker, I'm sure I gave you speed mods. Oh, hang on, I didn't mean that. That was a misclick. I genuinely thought I was going for the second special, for ramping. Alright, we've got Malikos out. Oof. I'm ulting. I just did not want to take the chance there something else went wrong. Yeah, I mean, I will take the win, but that was about as messy as you could want. Or not want. Yeah, that when you're thinking about the fact that Darkside Vision Ray is meant to be making Slacker cleaner in GAC, that was definitely a throwback. Again, I haven't got all the Omicron Zetas, so things like that to be expected, but they're not welcome. Okay. I don't mind that. I definitely don't mind that. Okay, I'm not doing anything with that ult yet. That healing immunity on Visas, it'd be nice if that could go away while they're just faffing around here. Of course, Ben just says taunt. What taunt? That'll do. $63 again, we'll take. It gets us through a wall. We can see what we're dealing with at the back. And it looks to be as predicted. Geos, Iden, Jawas. For what it's worth, I kind of want to face Jawas. That's like, I think it's probably on that list of things I've never faced in a GAC. At least at Rallic. So it's like, even if it is just like a stomping, I kind of want to face it to just say, yeah, face Jawas. Alright, just bring this over. Is there anything I can do to increase the win rate of this? Okay, we haven't got Ezra XR, so I can't do that. It goes up from 54 to 64 with Jolie by the looks of it. I'm guessing that's just insurance in case you need the revive. But I'd be willing to give that a go. So, JML, Cal. For what it's worth, if anyone knows of a much more safer counter than this, I'm all ears. It would be nice, yeah. Shame we haven't got one. I can go for max health and all that lot. I mean, I don't know if I've got any... No, I haven't got any protection. Yeah, shame JMK's on defense. Yeah, I feel like Jolie could do us some good here. In fact, I'm just going to swap them two around. I always like the idea of Jolie being next to Luke as far as... Supposing an AoE wipes them all out, Jolie should be the one who survives, I think. I'm probably wrong there, but we'll see. Alright, keep passing to Cal. Ooh. Just do that, and we'll pass that to Luke. Stun them just so they can't keep annoying me, and badoink. Alright, this one looks pretty good from here. Now, I get the feeling that I could try and use Cal's, like, insta-kill and all that lot, but I'm like, why should we? Let's not complicate things. Let's just keep the debuffs off us. Ooh, okay. Can we get a turn for Master Luke? There we go. I want to just keep this little git quiet. And I know Shaq's going cleanse in a second. Right, one banner short, but I'll take that because I wasn't sold on JML there. That felt a bit sketchy. Right, after that, I think everything else is pretty straightforward. I don't think we've got anything that's remotely risky. So, let's just go for it. I did put Lord Vader in here. Anti-revived seemed cool. We're talking about banner efficiency, which I wouldn't say we need to be overly efficient, but if we're just being sure. A bit like before, is there anything that's like really like a must? Okay, 100 people haven't done that. I respect it. 50? Wow. Okay. Maximum is 36 people have taken in Lord Vader to take out Night Sisters. Okay. I'm going to take that as a cue then. Because they're not great Night Sisters either. It's someone who's bought a Lightspeed bundle and suddenly got them. Merrin's still got that thing, hasn't she? Apparently not. I don't think we lose if I play with my food, but no Zetas. That explains something. Alright, max banners. Arguably I could have tried Nest or something here, but again, I might as well just play it safe. I say that, I don't know if I've got Nest on defense or offense. Alright, nice and clean. I'll tell you what, I'll give you some Wampa food. You've been very patient. Yeah, we got no armies here. this definitely has vibes of someone who's just leapt up in divisions and suddenly it's like, oh, I haven't got a lot of Omicrons. I mean, I feel bad putting this team on defense, but at least I've got the Omicron for FOTP. Yeah, that is the weird thing. When we saw the stats, they did have them, but I can only assume they're on like the Malicoses for argument's sake, rather than these things we're seeing. Yeah, they do have all 3 fleets on defense. Yeah, I didn't even need to see that. I've got that on the history. So it does feel like that's how they've been winning. They stop people at fleet. So we can't afford to F up today. Say we, I. Royal we. Time we on? Oh, we're doing good for time. We haven't got the buff, so I'm going to just wait a turn. And it hasn't been dispelled, so we're okay. I mean, the fact that that's a viable strategy is kind of bad for Gak, isn't it? Okay, Wampa might have done better there. I say might very loosely. Yeah, I just wanted that stun so the counterattacks would stop. That's fine. Okay, Jawas. Hey, Mando. Mando. Where's Scav? There they are. Almost feels bad taking a team in like this here. Like, Tenacity up from the start, they wouldn't have any remote chance. Okay. So, we've just got to be efficient in fleet. Let's start them. Yeah, sorry, when I say efficient, I don't mean efficient like, oh, we can't drop banners. I mean, not dropping battles. Loose with my words. Like, this messes up. We're in deep doo-doo. Okay, I like that. They do their thing. Alright, it doesn't matter about the dagger, but I always love getting it out of that phase. It just feels like we've got, say, the tankiest ship gone. Oddly enough, that's the tank, but it always feels like dagger's like a big win at this point. Hello. My dog was just looking to jump up my bed. She just looked back at me and said, hello. One crack with the raid. Hello there, party of 13. How y'all doing, folks? My dog has just distracted me during this quite important fleet battle. Right, flyby to take us to 90%. We didn't get the assist. To be clear, I know you don't need the assist, but I always think if you get it, then it might chip an extra % or 2 off. Pull the assist. 93. Hopefully that's enough to get us to the 100. We got a dodge then, I'm sure we did. Please let it be enough. Thank you. No worries, one prac. Go do what you gotta do at work. Hope you have a good travel, or well, not even travel, is it? It's yeah, just have a good day, man. All right, let's do this. All right. You know what? I'm going to just edge my bets. We can do that instead. 12 bombs, though. Am I risking it? Oof. I don't like it. Ooh. Okay. I mean, that's got to be a bugger on it. Essentially, you've got to go and actually... Not something that you can just sort of flick a switch on your end. I can imagine that is the more annoying thing about actually having to go out and deal with it. I'd say that for anyone who sort of works in that line of business, shall we say. I'll be honest, Red, that one stresses me. Oh. We got some good RNG there. Alright, Seppies. It's Spy, Hyena, and Vulture. And then we have the Bomber in reinforcement. I wouldn't mind, but I'm sure I'd be the one who accidentally touches something and having, as you say, the grunt guys turning up, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I didn't mean to break it. That's just down to the fact that I feel like I know things about PCs, but when it comes to it, I probably break them quicker than I fix them. Ooh. Okay, it didn't die. Okay, Vulture can go on the Y-Wing. Lovely, okay. Ooh, 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 okay. Having a little battering there. Bring in TIE Bomber. Okay. Okay, we're all right. It just, those of you who know me, I wear it during battles like this, especially because it's not something I do too often. Ooh. Okay, spy out. We'll just bring an extra tank because we're looking a little bit awkward there. I'm amazed that they haven't given him a lifter. I thought by now Dooku's Solar Sailor or something would have come in. Woo? I've heard of premature ejaculation, but not premature celebration like that, Dev Salm. There we go. 68. You know, that's funny, right? You celebrated it more than I did. Oh, okay. My bad, my bad. Let's, oh, sorry, I don't know why I found that funny. Alright, let's go for Abenork. Just buff the fleet up a little bit. Oh. They want to target lock, we say no, we don't want to be target locked. Oh, bugger, if I'd have seen the ad break, I would have paused. Oh, you little swine. Alright, Fury class down. Okay, I can't ignore taunt at this point, so I'm just going to base it. Let's pop that there. That should sabotage Slave 1. Or actually 2000, you know, dealer's choice. Okay. Let's just do a basic, just so it hits only at Houndstooth. I say that, I'm now going to do a special which will hit everyone, but it feels at least that's on my terms a bit more. Please nerf Carver, thanks for the follow. Hello there. Okay. 66. Storm past him, 1796 to 1692. Genuinely, I want to know what they did on offense, because they didn't leave much on defense. Yet they made so many weird choices. Or they had so many weird drops, I should say. But yeah, Order 66 to finish, not bad, eh? And General Kenobi to you, Kaiba. Hope you're doing alright. Mods? I mean, I'll have a double check. I can't remember, just because we've had 2 opponents, which was which. I think we were ahead on this one. Yeah, we floored them on these. $48 to 13, 197 to 78, 360 to 181. Yeah, they did have more armies. There's just certain things you expect to see, aren't there? And it just, I don't know, it's very light defense. Hey, that's on. But yeah, I can't put my finger on it. Very peculiar. Doesn't matter anyway, we've won both, so I'm happy at that. 2-1 for the week. Like I say, I do need my wins. I can't really afford to be casual with GAC, just for the simple fact that I can't really afford to be putting anything into the game, so I need to just maximize the resources the game gives me. So yeah, it's really important we get these wins. For the record, I'm doing this because I just saw I was ranked 200, and I thought that's a bit low. Probably saying I need to take out Dark Savage and Ray, but still, 200, come on. Haven't been that low for donkeys. Probably since like I was running Darth Revan in Arena when GLs were out. Not that I need it, it's just a point of pride. So, in theory, if Rey can get the kill on Leia, we bring back the ally she defeated. Not a big ask. Saying that, is that just GAC as well? I think it is, isn't it? Okay. We are all done though. I like rounds like this where it's all relatively straightforward. I felt like I was more at danger of messing up on my own accord than actually anything my opponents did. Which again, makes a nice change. Okay, so with that, let's find a place for raid in, folks. It's odd for me, I can tell I'm early finishing for the fact that I can only just about smell the jacket potato that's in the oven for my mum. Alright, I'll tell you what. Perfect timing, Borky. We're going right over to you, God of Thunder. So, yeah, go say hi to Borky if I haven't already. Give him a follow and all that jazz. But yeah, in the meantime, quick thank yous to, if I can get it on my own screen, we've had follows from Deathcool and Please Nerf Kaiba, and a raid from Wonprat. So thank you all. So we'll be back now on Thursday. So hope to see you then. And yeah, till then folks. Bye for now.